Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and our bonus content continues with 2 videos a day. We're generating a lot of buzz over on Patreon at the moment, or rather Christoph Seeliger, who created a video on how to set a variant Sudoku, is proving very popular on the Patreon site, so do go and have a look at that. It's a very interesting video. Spoiler alert, it's 3 hours long plus, so it really is an in-depth look into how you can set a Sudoku. So very interesting. The comments are all very positive. Now, I am looking at a puzzle inspired by a Christoph Seeliger variant. He created a Sudoku variant called German Whispers, and Richard Stolk's Sudoku variant series has reached puzzle number 271, which you can see in the grey lines in this grid. SVS, Sudoku variant series 271. So that's how he's commemorating that number. The rule is actually quite simple to state. Hurrah! It is that along the grey lines, no 2 consecutive numbers can have a difference less than 5. So in these 2 cells, you could have 3 and 8, which have a difference of 5, or 3 and 9, which have a difference of 6, but you couldn't have 3 and 7 because the difference isn't enough. And that's, as well as normal Sudoku rules, that's all there is. So intriguing that these lines and a difference that must occur quite a lot can lead to a Sudoku with only 6 givens in it, but let's see how it goes. You can try this puzzle on the link under the video. I'll also try and provide a link to Richard Stolk's Sudoku variant series. Now, despite the puzzle being called German Whispers Sudoku, Richard is Dutch, I believe, so that is something I should clarify. Now, I'm going to have a go and see how we get on. Let's get cracking. So, I mean, what have we got? I've got these long S's, but they've only got 4 cells in one box and 3 in another. Bit similar for the V. I don't know. I mean, this could be high, low, high, or low, high, low. I don't see. It's hard to know where to start. It is. Okay, 5s can never be on the grey lines at all because they can never be a full 5 apart from another Sudoku digit. So down here, 5s must be in one of those 2 cells, not on the grey line. And since they can never be on grey lines, that means in box 1, one of those 2 is a 5. And that peters out dismally. It's got to be something about the actual geometry of how, or the kind of maths of how this is going to work. Yeah, okay, what goes with the 5 in this cell? Yeah, I get it. Maybe. 3 of these cells, yeah, every time, okay, we're looking at low and high numbers. I'm calling low numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm calling high numbers 6, 7, 8, 9. They must alternate along lines. It's like you're kind of weaving back and forth around 5. So if this was low, i.e. 1 to 4, this would have to be high, 6 to 9. And then these 3 would all be high. Let's do some shading. So let's use what? Blue and orange is quite contrasting. So we'll use orange for low and blue for high. And you can write in the comments that you would have definitely chosen to do it the other way around for some reason I'm not understanding. Now, yeah, so either those 3 are orange. And yes, this is key. 3 of these cells are other low numbers and will be orange. It could be those 3 or it could be those 3. But whichever it is, the 5 is over here with a blue cell. So there must be 6, 7, 8 or 9 over outside the 2 shape, and yes, I get it now. I think I get it now. 4s and 6s, they can only be on the end of the line, because if you had a 4 here, sure, it could have a 9 next to it here, but what would it have here, the other side? In the same box, at least, there is no other number that is 5 away from 4. So within the same box, let's make that clear, because some of these lines don't stay in the same boxes. But within the same box, 4 and 6 can only be on the ends. So 4's not in those cells, so it is on one end, it's not on that end, because there's a 4 in the column. So 4 is there, and we've placed the number. And 9 is next to it, because that's the only thing that can be next to 4. Yeah, and the colours, let's get the colours done. Absolutely, we'll get the colours done, because they matter. Those ones are now orange for low. These ones are blue for high. Oh, 5's not blue. That's going to be a different colour. Should we just give a colour to 5s for themselves? We'll call them grey. Dull old 5s that aren't low or high. Oh no, we can't call it grey. Oh yeah, we can call it grey because it'll never be on a line. Mind you, blue and orange has made the line a bit hard to see here. Oh well, never mind, I can still see it, so you might have to wince, tighten your eyes. Okay, that's 1 and 3 because they're the other low numbers. Don't know what these are, but I think we do actually. This, how could that be 3? That can't be 3 because it could be next to 8 one side, but what else could it be next to? 9's gone. That one must be 1. 3 is there. 3 can be next to 8. That's the only other thing apart from 9 it can be next to on a line. 1 could be next to 6 or 7, but now 9 has gone from those, and 8 has gone there. No, they're not a 6-7 pair because they could involve 5. And in fact, one of them is 5, but we've got a 5, 6, 7 triple. Okay. So at least we've got most of that line placed. Now, how can we use this low, high, low thing somewhere else? We've got, is there any Sudoku to do? We've got 4s there. 4 can be on the end though, so we can't rule it out of that cell. Oh, that's weird. I mean, it's a weird restriction. You just don't know how it can help. 5 up here has to be one of those, but... no, 4 can normally be on the end of a line because it can be next to 9, but not in this box, because 9's already in the box. So 4 can't be there or there. It can't be in the middle of a line, and it can't be there. So, okay, 4 is placeable in one of those 2 cells. Oh, but it could be on the end of the line there. I don't think that helps down here. That is frustrating. I thought that was going to give us something. Oh, 3. Look at 3. There and there. 3's got to be on the line. That's got to... And 8's gone. So now 3 has to be on the end of a line. If it wasn't on the end of a line, it would have to be between 9 and 8. It has to be on the end. One of those is a 3. And 3 will be next to 9, and so that can't be there. 3 is down here, next to 9. Brilliant. That is lovely. But 9 can be next to 1, 2, or 4. No, not 4 in the middle of a line. We've kind of worked that out. This could be 6 or 7, although it couldn't actually be 2 and 6, but... That places a 3 there. So 3's off the line here as well. That is interesting because 2 of these cells must be low numbers. So 1 and 2 are getting used up on them. Oh, and look, 4. How's this working? 4 can't be on the grey line here because they're... Oh, it could be, couldn't it? Because this is across a box. But no, it can't be. It can't be 4 because it would need 9s next to it either side. So although that works for normal Sudoku, like, I don't know, here or something, 4 could be in between 2 9s, but here it can't be because there's a 9 in the box. So 4 can't be there or there. We've got a 4 placed in one of those 2 cells, so 4's not there. So 4's in one of these 3 cells. Oh, and of course it's not down here now, and it's not there. 4 is down in one of those 2. It's not in that cell. Yes. Anyway, what that's proving is that these can't be 3 or 4. So one of them has to be 1 or 2, or maybe 2 of them. Not 2 of them, because one of these is 1 or 2, and there's a 1 or 2 there. And this can't be 3 or 4. This number here, there must be a 1 or 2 in one of those 2 cells, because they can't be 3 or 4, and one of them must be low. So that uses up both 1 and 2 in a kind of hypothetical pair. 3 cannot be there, and 4 is restricted, it can't be there. So this number is a high number, and we can place all the high numbers along this grey line, and then we can place the low numbers, obviously. And this can't be 3 or 4, it's a 1 or a 2. The same here, we've got a little pair straight away, and here. All of those are 1 or 2. What about the bigger numbers? This could be 6, couldn't it? Oh, that's not really much help. Okay, blue can be anything from 6 to 9. Obviously, these ones are a little bit... Actually, 3 of them are a bit more restricted. None of those can be 9. Actually, that one can't be 9 either because of the 9 down here. 9 is now in one of those 2 cells. But I don't know which one. So... Wow, okay. Surely, is that 1, 2 pen more help? Not really, because we haven't narrowed down all of 6, 7, 8. Okay, but that's interesting. Now, what can we do? If we've used 2 of the 4 blues in both of these rows, yeah, that's quite interesting. Obviously, the S's, they can't both be blue. But if even one of them's blue, that's using up all the blue cells for the row. Whereas if they're both orange, that's using up all the orange cells for the row. How can we decide? Must be some way. These could be low. That's not very helpful. No, it must be in these rows. Oh, can these be 6? Actually, yeah, they could be because they're... Oh, that's frustrating. Because they're in... They could be in between 2 1s. One of them could be a 6, obviously. Could be. It could go 8 1 6 1 7 2 whatever. Ah, irritating. Okay. Now, could these be... Oh, I tell you what, we've got 3... Yeah, look, in column 2, we've already used 2 of the low numbers. So could these all be low? And remember, they are every other cell along here. No, they couldn't. They must all be high. And these must be low numbers. Lovely. Because that would be... They always have to be the same parity as each other. I'm using parity to mean low or high this time, not odd or even. And they can't be 2, 3, and another number. So they have to be like that. Now, that's not helping us with this. That's annoying. I don't know whether this S is going to be the same low-high combination as this one. But maybe, what can we decide about it? I don't know, but this is progress that I wasn't expecting in some ways. That's a 1 or a 3. That's a 1 or a 2. Actually, that's a 1 or a 2. It's a little pair there. Don't know where 5 is. That must be blue because it's not 5 and all the oranges have been used up. What else? One of these is 5 only. It's not an X-wing on 5s or something, is there? Don't think so. Now 9, no, 3. It's tricky, this. So we've got 2 oranges and 2 blues up here. So those are going to be the same along with those. Could they all be orange? 1, 3 or 4. I don't see why not at the moment. How about, I mean, these 3 aren't constrained because we've got nothing down here. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe we're going to have to put something down here. But I don't see what we can. I don't see how we know anything about this line. Oh, I thought I'd done stuff, but this puzzle is not giving up any secrets, is it? There must be something about these parities going across the rows that I'm just not using yet. Could they be 6, 7 and 8? Oh no, they'd have to have a 9 in, wouldn't they? If these were 1, 2, 3, 4, where would the blues be? It's possible. Oh no, that's interesting. If that couldn't be low, 3 and 4 would be here. We'd have to have a 6, 7, 8, 5 group there. Oh, it's possible though. Ah, oh, come on, let's find something that helps. 1 and 2 there. 8, 9. So where do 4 and 5 go here? 4 is then one of those two. 5. Just don't know. Oh, come on. Think. How do we make progress from here? 3 and 8 have to be in that set. That's no help. It's got to be to do with this S. It's got to be. What is that pattern telling me that I just can't see? One of these would have to be 4 if those were low. That would make this 4. That's possible. This would then have to be the other or low number. That would be 3. These would all have to be low. It does look like this is unlikely, but unlikely is not the same as logically wrong, unfortunately. Why? Oh, of course, the end of the line. How have I forgotten that for so long? I'm so sorry. Of course. What I just said is absolutely crucial, and I did not hear myself say it in some way. One of these would have to be 4 if those were odd. This can't be 4 because it's surrounded by 2 numbers, and one of them could be 9, but the other one can't be. 4 can normally be on the end of a line, but it's always followed by 9, and that cannot be 9. So neither of these are 4, therefore they are blue. Therefore, we know the whole parity of this S line, and it's taken me ages to see it. What a puzzle. Right, so the trouble is 5's mess this up. Otherwise, we could kind of fill in all sorts of squares, colours straight away. But as it is, this is what we have. Now, this is 3 or 4, and that's quite a restrictive number, but it could be 4 because this is going between boxes, so they could both be 9. But on either side of 3 or 4, you always have 9 or 8, so that is a bit restrictive. This, however, is not very restricted. 1, 2, or 3. This is 1 or 2. Can it be 4? Could be 4 if that was a 3. And this one, anything, 9, 8, 7, or 6. That's 1, 3, or 4. Again, I mean, we've got all these parities, but what does it profit us? Ooh, come on, think again. Now, if that was 3, it would have to be surrounded by 8 and 9. That's possible. Yes, that could be 6 and 7. Oh, just always feeling like one's on the edge of a breakthrough. The breakthrough doesn't come. Wow, I'm just finding this very difficult. It's such a weird restriction. 5, 6, 7, and 8. I just don't think there's anything to be gained from those. Oh, look at that. Yes, yes, yes. 4 blues in row 2 and row 4. These two, they don't have to be orange, but they have to be either orange or grey. So they are either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, because they cannot be one of the 4 blues in those rows. That gives us this beautiful quintuple of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down column 8. The others are 6, 7, 8, 9. Obviously, these two aren't 9. These are all blue. Oops, blue. Oh my goodness. That means that the two ends of this can't be blue, so we know they're parity. Otherwise, that would be 5 blue cells. In fact, the blues in this one form a little what's it called? A Tetris-style T. And this one is 6 or 7. Oh, and that's restrictive. It can't be 6. That cannot be in the middle of a line within a box. That has to be 7. And it has to be surrounded by 1 and 2. And we know the order because there's a 1 over here. These aren't 7, so this one is. Oh, that's a 6, 8 pair. Yes, 9 is there. In fact, it shouldn't have been 8. Right. 3 goes there, and we're left with a 4, 5 pair in the box. I can make 3s blue when I see them, and when I remember, that one's orange. Although, frankly, I'm not sure that the colours are going to matter now. We've kind of used them to nail all the colours onto the grey lines, but we probably aren't going to use them anymore, I would have thought. But 7 there, 7 there. 7 must be in one of those 2 cells. Hopefully we can do some Sudoku now, which I'm better at than the thinking. Right, 2 there than the innovative thing. That makes that 7, yes. So this is 5 or 6. That 2 is feeding into this pair up here. That's 1 and 2. I was going to say this must be 6, but we don't know. This actually could be 6 with a 1 here. Okay, but 2 can't be next to 6, so that's not 6. Oh, come on. Surely we're cracking along now. Not really. One of these 2 is 5, but I don't know which one. Okay, that can't be 7 because there's a 7 in the box now. So one of these is 7. Any of those could be 7 as far as I can see. Oh, 5 must be there. 5 is there. That's not 5. Sorry, obviously that's 5. That is something that you can have been shouting at the screen quite legitimately, because it was very obvious when I was saying I don't know which of those is 5. I've got a 5 sitting there. Sorry. Right, 5 there. One of those two is 5. 5 down here, so one of these two is 5. I wonder if I do know which one it is in some way again. No, maybe not. Let's make the 5s grey, because that's the colour we chose for them. You had no say in it. I chose it. 3, 4, 5. Honestly, you get something out and you think you're firing, but it doesn't have. Okay, that can't be a 6 anymore. Okay, so we've got a 7, 8 pair in column 4. So the rest are 1, 4, 6, 5. Oh, and the trail runs cold again. That is 1, 6, or 5. This is 4, 5, or 6. And this is 1, 4, or 5, but that doesn't, like that. That doesn't resolve those. But the 2 is next to 7 or 8. 1. This, yeah, it still can be 6. I still want to say it's not because it's in the middle of a grey line, but that just doesn't apply. Now, this isn't 9, so it's 8, 7, or 6. This is between, well, could be any of them, 6, 7. Not 8, because there's an 8 in the column. I've just noticed that. And this one is 6, 7, or 9 as well. That is now orange. One of these is a 5. Is it obvious which one, and I'm just missing it again? Don't think so this time. Right, steady on now. Neither of these are 5, so they're both orange. That gives us all the orange cells in box 1. So those two are blue. One of these two is... This one is 2 or 3. That's a 1, 2, 3 triple. So this is 4. Don't know how long that's been obvious for, but not to me. 4 down here is one of those two, but here I have not been able to deduce all of the low cells. 49, 3, 5. Still it is elusive. 7 is restricted to there or there. No, it could actually be there. That's not true. That did seem odd as a conclusion. This is 6, 8, or 9. Still, if that was 6, that would be 1. Whereas this can be 6 just by virtue of that being 1. Although that would then put us, this couldn't be 6, so it would put a 6 here. That would make this into a 1. Which would put a 1 up here. I don't know, that's not really a profitable line to go on. One of these two is 8 because it's not there. That makes one of these two 8. They are in fact drawn from 8, 6, and 7, so I can even make one of them blue. In fact, that one is either 6 or 8. This one's 6, 7, or 8. I've got 3 blues in there. Those two can't be the other one. 5s mess this up a bit. I suspect it's got to be something to do with these cells. Maybe this can't be 4. No, it can't be 4. It's in the middle of a line on a box. Right. In a box. That can't be 4. That's 1 or 2. that could still be 4. Can this be 4? If that was 4, this would be 9. That would be a 7-6 pair. This can't be 6. Why don't I listen to myself ever? 6 cannot be in between two numbers on a line. That is 7. There we go. Surely this is going to make a difference. Now, 6 also cannot be here, but it can be on a line as it passes between boxes. It has to be surrounded by 1s. And suddenly I am actually getting something done. This has not been a good solve, but it is not an easy puzzle. Right, so 8 and 9 can go in as well. 7, 3, 6. This is a 2-5 pair. 2, 5, 9, 1. Oh, come on. Surely I'm here now. 2, 1. One of these is a 9. Now, if I blundered around here, this could still be 3, couldn't it? Surrounded by 8 and 9. Then that would be 4, but that is possible. 9, 4, 9. Maybe this being a 3 is not possible. That would make this a 4. That would put a 3 here. Still think this can be 3 or 4. Ah, come on, come on. 7's up there. Is 7 definitely up there? 7 can't be here? Why can't 7 be here? Why have I marked those two as having a 7? Oh, because they're on 4 blue cells there. So 7 is either here or here. Oops, 7 like that. Wow. It's mind-bendingly difficult, this. 5, 9, 8, 4. That's 3 or 6 just by regular Sudoku. Now 4 is one of these two. Maybe there's some more colouring logic that I'm not missing. Oh well, let's actually colour these cells that I've had sorted for some time. 2 and 1. So where's 3 in... Oh, it's down there in this column. 3 up here is in one of those two. We've kind of known that. If this was 3, I think this would make things difficult here. That would make that 4. Then you'd have a 2-1 pair. This would be 3. So that 3 makes this 3, which makes this 3. Is that spoiling anything? This would become 3. This would be 4, 8, 7 with the 9 there, 6 there, 1 there, 2 there. This would be 9, 8. Ah, it's still possible. Just can't reach a contradiction. That's not 4 now. We've got that far. 5 or 6 there. 9, 7, 8, 2, 3. I don't think we've got a uniqueness thing going on there, because I think this puzzle kind of defies normal uniqueness ideas, so that's not something we can profit from. 4 and 3 both have to be in box 4 in column 1, somewhere in there. But if that was orange, this would be 5. That would be 5. I don't know, it's hard to choose. Well, that would make this a 2. Can that be 2? If that's a 2, this is a 7, 8 pair. That would become 6, 9. This would be 1, which would be forced by the 2 anyway. If that was a 6, 9 pair. Oh, this would be an 8, 9 pair. That would be... that could be anything. It just doesn't sort anything out. 1, 2, 9, 3, 5. This could be 4, but it could also equally be 6, 7, or 8. And if not equally, at least it could be. Oh, 7s. I've penciled them in there, and I've placed that 7. Let's actually put that in. I don't think it's going to take us forward, but at least it's a blue cell. This is 3, 4, or 8. This is 3 or 8. That's 3, 4, or 8. Oh, that's not. Okay, this is a naked single now. It's 3. That's 4. Okay, and now, right, now I can put in 9s either side of the 4 by the restriction. This isn't 9, and nor is this. Where is 6? Oh, that could be 6. I was going to say that has to be 6 now, but I don't know that. That's not 4. Oh, come on. Surely this is breaking open now, and it's not. This is 8. That's just completing the row. 6 there. That's a 7, 8 pair. That's 3 now. Now we've got a 2, 1 pair at the top. This is 5 and 6. That's 4 to complete the column. That makes that 4. Let's get rid of that one. That's 4 as well. So there is a 4 on the end of that one. These two are not 4. Oh, that's given me a 3 here, hasn't it? Because that's eliminated one of the possibilities. Yes. And that puts 3 here, which had become obvious from that 1, 2. I hadn't spotted. That's still 2 and 5. Don't know how to resolve them. This is not 7. It's 5, 6, or 8. What a puzzle this is. It just keeps on stopping it. Right, 9 is not there, so that's 9. So I haven't done any colouring for a while, and I don't know if it's going to matter if I do, but let's do it. Those are blue. These ones are orange. That's orange as well. 2 or 1 there. Don't know with those two. One's grey and the other one isn't. Surely the restrictions are going to finish it off now. 7, 2, 8, 8, 7, 9, 3, 4, 2, 5 or 6 there. It's a wicked puzzle. 5, 6 or 7 there. Now I've got that 7 is across. It can't be 5 because 2 and 5 are there, yeah. 6, 7, 8. Just don't know how this is working. Come on. Keep concentrating. Let's try and finish this puzzle. 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. I must be missing something about the restriction. If that was 6, that makes this 1. So there'd be a 1 here. We'd have 2 and 8 there, 7 and 8 there. It's all. I don't see why not. Wow, it's so weird. One of those is 8, but I don't know which one. I just don't know. Okay, this isn't 7. That's 6 or 8, isn't it, for the row? Because 1 and 2 have been used up. So this is 1 or 2. We can colour those two. Don't know if that does anything at all. Probably not. No. No, as I said recently, I don't think the colouring. There's a 6, 7, 8 set in the blue. So that's part of a 2, 5 pair now. Now that gives us a 1, 2, 5 trio in that column. So this is 6. Okay, please help. 5. We've got 6, 7, 8 triple still. 7 and 8 there. That didn't really help. Okay, let's colour blue there because the colouring does actually sometimes still help. That is orange, therefore this is blue. Yeah, we knew that. Okay. But one of these is grey and one is orange. 6, 4, 3, it's a 1, 2, 5 triple, and I don't know how it resolves. What a puzzle. I might just have found a rubbish line through it, so I keep being unable to see anything else. Or maybe it's just mesmerized me so much, I've kind of lost the ability to find, 6, 8 pair, that's not a 6. So 6 is down in one of these two cells and one of those two. I don't know though. Still haven't even resolved these cells that I began with. 9, 3, 4, 1, 2. Oh, come on. It must be the restriction. If I'm getting stuck, it must be the restriction. Maybe there's a reason that can't be 6. Or that one. 2. If this was 6, that would be 1. No, if this was 6, that would be 1. That would be 2. These would be 7 and 8. That works fine. This would be 5. That would be 1. That would be 2. This would be 5. That would be 2. I don't see why not. What on earth am I missing? Still, there must be some way through this. This has been painful. I mean, if it's something that's just looking at a cell and forcing it, I'm going to be very irritated. Oh, but I just keep looking at all of these relations. Oh, there it is. 6 and 1. How long, how sad can a person be to take that long over that little obviousness? Sorry folks, this has been a bit of a mess, but wow, that is a puzzle that messes with your head, and that's my excuse. Crikey. Okay, well at least we can finish now and show that this puzzle is possible. Popular, bet it's popular. It's bloody brilliant. Really, that's a clever puzzle. 5 there, yes, it's all easy now. 6 there. And I'm just going to upset everybody who wanted to see the rest of the grid coloured by not doing so. There we go. What a puzzle. Thank you very much, Richard, for mentioning that one to us. Oh, hang on. No, there we don't go until we put in 7 and 8. I think that we obey all the German Whispers restrictions. It looks good to me. So just a quick check to make sure I've entered all the digits. There we go. Well done if you did that quicker than me. There's every chance if you really got your head around the restriction early on, but that took a long time, and a long time to spot things that were theoretically straightforward, but in practice pretty tough. Thanks very much for sticking with me for that, and hope to see you again soon on Cracking the Cryptic. Bye for now.